Whale sharks, giant fish. A whooper of a fish. You're snorkeling off the eastern coast of Australia when you suddenly noticed an enormous dark shape swimming up from the depths. As it gets closer, you realize that it's a shark the size of a school bus. Your heart pounds wildly in your chest. Scared? There's no need to be. It's a whale shark. Whale sharks are the biggest fish in the world. But big doesn't always mean dangerous. These creatures are so peaceful that people can safely swim beside them. Swimmers often describe them as elegant and majestic. Still, there's no denying the fact that whale sharks are giants among animals. Huge checkerboard. If you've ever seen a whale shark in the wild or even in photographs, you're not likely to mistake it for any other type of fish. A whale shark has a wide, flat head and a blunt snout with a gigantic mouth. It often swims with its mouth open. Like other sharks, whale sharks have rough skin and sharp scales, which are called dermal tentacles. Their back is dark bluish, grayish, or brownish, with a distinctive pattern of light-colored spots and stripes, often described as similar as a checkerboard or domino. Scientists don't know the purpose of this unusual color pattern. Some think it might help shield whale sharks from too much sunlight at the water's surface. Others think the pattern may be for camouflage, but adults are so large that predators are rarely a problem. However, the color pattern may keep young whale sharks safe by helping them blend in with their surroundings. Out to sea. Whale sharks live in tropical and warm temperate regions in the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. They swim in a large ocean, in the open ocean, as well as close to shore. They're often seen swimming at the surface, and they also dive as deep as 6,000 feet. They're strong swimmers, but are slow compared to the fastest shark, the short-fin mako, with speeds over 30 miles per hour, 48 kilometers per hour. Whale sharks can swim for long distances at the rate of 2.4 miles per hour, 3.9 kilometers per hour. When whale sharks are usually solitary, but are often seen in remoras, a type of fish with a sucker-like structure attached to their body. Whale sharks may also travel with groups of large fish that have similar feeding habits. Filter feeding in whale sharks involves one of the two main strategies. Passive feeding, also known as run feeding, and a calm activity in which a whale shark swims with its mouth open and its head bobbing from side to side. With passive feeding, a whale shark swallows anything that flows in, including ocean trash. It can turn its stomach inside out through its mouth and get rid of the trash. Suction feeding, similar to using a vacuum cleaner, involves soaking or gulping in large amounts of water. This type of feeding is useful when a high density of food is present. In that case, it's possible for a whale shark to take in too much food at once. If it does, it may cough to clear out any excess that builds up on its filter pads. huge fish, tiny food. Whale sharks are different from most other sharks in that they don't actively hunt or for food and are not considered predators. They eat plankton, microscopic ocean animals and plants that drift in the water. Another food source is microton, tiny wild animals that can swim. Krill, which are similar to shrimp, are a favorite food for whale sharks. They may also eat small fish, squids, plants, fish eggs, and occasionally larger fish, such as tuna. Whale sharks use a process called filter feeding. When they open their mouth, the ocean water carries in various types of food. As the water flows toward their gills, 5 pairs of spongy filter pads trap the small animal and plants. Then water flows out through the enteral gill slits. Groups of whale sharks have been seen feeding at ocean surface at sunset or after dark. When plankton are beautiful, bull sharks probably find their food by smell. Scientists determine this by looking at a placement on a whale shark's nostrils and eyes. The nostrils are located near the top of the mouth. After groups of whale sharks have been seen feeding at the ocean surface at sunset or after dark. When plankton are plentiful, whale sharks probably find their food by smell. Scientists determine this by looking at the placement of the whale shark's nostrils and eyes. The nostrils are located near the top of the mouth, close to the whale shark's food source. The tiny eyes are farther back on the head, which suggests that they play a less important role in finding food. Giant puppies. Scientists once thought that whale sharks laid eggs. Then, in 1995, they discovered that whale sharks give birth to live babies. A pregnant female that died had more than 300 babies or pups growing inside her. The growing sharks were 16 to 24 inches long. Some were more developed than others, so they would have been born sooner. Whale shark reproduction is different from human reproduction in an important way. Whale shark babies do not share a blood supply with the mother and do not get nutrients directly from her. Instead, each one is enclosed in an egg case with the egg yolk to nourish it before birth. When a pup is full grown, it breaks out of its egg case, after which the mother gives birth to it. As soon as it's born, a pup is mature enough to survive on its own. Whale shark pups look like adult whale sharks, except for the smaller size. No one has ever observed a whale shark birth. So scientists can only speculate about the event. They suspect that whale sharks give birth in the open ocean rather than near shore. Newborn pups grow more quickly than older juveniles, and females grow more quickly than males and are larger when full grown. Whale sharks reach maturity at around 30 years of age. No one knows how long they live, but sharks as a group live for a long time. Because of whale sharks' large size, scientists think that they could live for 100 years. Staying alive. Whale sharks are hunted for their meat, skin, fins, and liver oil. They They're easy to hunt because they often swim near the water surface, and they're vulnerable for collisions with ships from the same reason. In addition, whale sharks are often caught by accident when people are fishing for other species. Pollution, destruction of their habitat, and factors related to climate change are additional threats to whale sharks. Whale sharks are not yet endangered, but they are classified as vulnerable, in danger of becoming endangered. Some countries have placed limits on the numbers of whale sharks that can be hunted in order to try to protect them from further decline. In addition, ecotourism is helping call attention to the value of these animals as one of Earth's treasures. Megafish. You're snorkeling again, this time in the Gulf of Mexico, as an enormous whale shark swims near you. You have no fear. You watch and wonder as it opens its mouth, as wide as a bicycle is long, and sucks in ocean water. You observe its huge gill slits pumping as it collects tiny ocean food. You marvel at the elegance of this enormous creature and understand what a trivial it is to see this gentle giant up close.